Hey guys, I am on the rooftop of Vital Climbing Gym in Williamsburg. There's like some cool buildings there. Anyways, I just popped out to record this and it'll be very, very short, but the idea is something that feels sort of obvious to me, but I think it's worth putting out there, which is that the concept of needing like repeated interactions or repeated exposure to someone before you can really expect to deepen a friendship or connection. So the climbing gym is actually perfect for that because I come here like every other day to like work out and climb because I love it. And a lot of climbing is one of those hobbies that I think does really, wow, like there's like a ladder. I'm so tempted to climb it, but actually it's it's covered because of course climbers would climb that. Anyways, so let's say I like see someone cute at a cafe, but I'm just like, I just popped into this cafe because I was on my way to get groceries, and like I don't know, like the barrier of reaching out, getting someone's like number, and then like trying to schedule time to hang out and all this stuff is really high compared to if you think about like college or like third spaces like these. Climbing gym, Twitter is like an online one. I don't have to try, like I do not have to try to reach out or make an effort because I will bump into them, and I will bump into them a bunch. And like maybe I don't like someone for the first 5 times, but over time it's like introducing 2 cats to each other where you put them in 2 separate like pens or spaces and you let them sort of sniff each other out and like get used to each other's physical presence and regulate their nervous systems, and then like slowly over time they're like, oh, okay, this person's chill. There's something like that for humans in my opinion, and I have this like metric which I just took from sales and marketing, which is that a person has to see an ad like 7 times before they buy. And I think there's something very similar for like humans and friendship, where it's like I need to run into this person like a bunch of times before my subconscious understands like, oh, this person's going to stick around and like they're going to be in my life and they might be worth getting to know and putting an effort to commit to, yeah, like having those interactions. And like, you know, that's not true for everyone. Like some people I like meet and immediately I'm like, wow, like you're amazing, I want to be like really good friends, and I get that sense right away. But there's others that don't. And so I think like when it comes to trying to deepen a friendship or develop a sense of community, it's really important to have the space that you repeatedly frequent to run into someone who also frequents that place. And so it's important for that place to have something interesting that is attracting you to go there, such as the climbing gym. And then you go and you like, yeah, might end up like having a conversation while you get a drink, or like it's late at night and you're both packing up your belongings and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think about the 7x exposure thing. And then also like I introduce my friends to each other a lot because I want to have a really strong network around me where it's not just on me to catch up with each one individually, but that I hear about some friend through another friend because they've been catching up. And I think that in introducing my friends to each other, I've noticed that it also takes like many repeated exposures before they like kind of figure out how they get along, what similar interests they have and whatnot. And then over time they like build a relationship and like a sense of familiarity and community. And there's also something I noticed in like every time you return, like you're at some location, at some experience, you leave and then you return and you see familiar faces out of a crowd of new faces. There's like this big surge of emotional like like, oh my god, it's you, like, and oh, an old familiar face, and like that also deepens your relationship significantly. Yeah. And then I guess last point is that like being involved in some intense or immersive experience tends to really help deepen an experience. Like I think having a one-on-one, like just like going on a walk or something, really helps. And then like when I think about why I really love climbing, it's like I go on an outdoor climbing trip and like I'm in a car with them for like multiple hours. We have to figure out how to talk to each other while we're bored. Then you go climbing, you get a little lost. There's a bit of uncertainty where you're like, oh, did we get ourselves into some kind of some kind of shit show? We're gonna have to like whack our way, bushwhack like through this hillside, and then you have to like lean on each other to like figure out how to get to a boulder or a crag, and then you climb, and sometimes people get stressed out or hungry. Like there's all these aspects to it that make it a bonding experience, and not just like an immersive lived experience, and not just like, oh, how are things, how's life, talk, chat, catch up, you know, like actually going through something together. Yeah, like means you share something. And now I'm freezing, so I'm gonna go, but yeah, just a brain dump tonight on the top of Vital. See ya.